Welcome back to All My Tales Podcast. I'm your host, Acacia.
And I'm Christelle.
Thank you guys for being so interactive with us, and thank you all so much for all your great comments and messages regarding our last podcast. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm really happy about the response that we got. Oh, so happy. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for, all your support and everything. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, we got some messages as well.
We can't repeat, so we decided we're not actually going to read out anyone's comments or anything, but if you are going to message us about or comment on things, please can you also message on the main page? So for example, the Instagram page,
the decent stuff,
or on the bottom of our YouTube videos. Like, please, we would really appreciate it. But we did have I think it was 2 or 3 really awkward ones. Very wild, very wild, but all in good faith. It's all been fun and we've taken it with a light heart.
Yeah.
But do you know what, I was just thinking, like, what's even like in our personal DMs and whatever, what's been the most outrageous thing you've had in that?
I think so. You know what, some of my DMs, my DMs aren't really popping or anything like that, because I've seen some of my friends' DMs and they get dick pics and stuff in there. Yeah, I was like, wow, just like straight to the point.
I'm not even surprised, because I've had a dick pic
really
in my DMs. Not gonna lie, yeah, it was literally like, so the first time the person messaged me, it was just like a photo, and it was just of money and Rolex, a picture of like bag of pounds and £50, and just Rolex.
I don't want a picture.
And then I didn't, and then I.
Real money. I'm joking.
And then I didn't reply. Then I got another picture of of a dick pic, and then I didn't reply again. And then I got just literally saying, "I want to sponsor your life," and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I've had the DMs about I don't know if you ever had received a DM saying, "Oh, we're looking for girls and we're gonna hook them up with men and all this type of stuff."
No.
And basically, like kind of like an escorting, like group type of thing.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like these people were actually like casting women to be escorts.
Oh my gosh! Do you know what? This is apparently been something that's been going on for a while. The whole Dubai thing, where they say that a lot of influencers have been getting messages in their DMs and stuff about going to Dubai.
Yeah,
and this summer,
Dubai was one of them.
I've noticed this Dubai conversation when people say, "How did you go to Dubai?" It's been a really big thing, and I didn't quite understand until I started hearing more about it.
No, I got a message about that saying that we can fly you to Dubai and all this type of stuff. I ignored it, but this page actually has, like, when you go on it, like, obviously it's private, but when you go on it, there's like multiple different women. So I think like what they do is like probably, like, they're probably like an agency.
An agency.
Yeah, similar to like an agency.
I think there was just something on the news. Was the news? Or wait, I think it's one of the channels, Channel 5 or I don't know. One of them was doing a documentary about influencers who actually have. I've seen it, but I haven't seen.
I don't think it's out yet. It's coming out next week.
They saw clips of it, and I was like, what? And the fact that I think there was a clip where one of the girls, she actually said she did go. And then I heard that apparently when they go to Dubai with these Arab men, they actually have to do whatever they say. So apparently the big taboo thing now is that they actually let these men shit on them.
Yeah, that's right. I heard it as well.
Listen, for love of nothing, there's no money in this world that will let me lie down for a man to shit on me.
No, I think you shit on them.
No. I've heard they shit on them. The men shit on the women.
Well, if you think money and you want to reduce yourself, if you think that's all you're worth, honestly,
and they have to do like golden showers and stuff like that. Do you know what a golden shower is?
No, when they're pissing you.
Yeah. I'm also immature for laughing about this.
Well, it's actually nasty. It's actually nasty.
But you know what?
That's nasty.
Okay, it is nasty. It's not. I was about to joke. It's nasty. But you know what? Everyone's sexual preference is different. It's so different. What kind
of preference that is? That is just sickening.
But you know what? Like you said, yeah, my DMs, they're not popping. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think my DMs.
Do you know what? I get is random messages. I get a lot of random messages where I don't even like. When you go, when you get the DM, then you got like the hidden messages where you have to request messages.
Yeah.
I get a lot of those.
I get those as well.
But in actual fact, where it's like DMs, and do you know what's magic? Because of all my tells, and I actually message people randomly myself.
Yeah.
When I get the DMs, maybe I just kind of like camouflage it myself, because I literally reply like, hi, like, how are you? I'm good, thank you, what's up? And then I'll literally be like, okay, what's the reason for you messaging me? And they'll be like, yeah, I just wanted to get to know you. And from that, I just start to like counteract to like camouflage it, because in my head I message people regarding trying to get interviews done or what they currently do.
Well, you do it for like
for like business and stuff. So I don't always take an initial DM as someone trying to move to me or approach me.
Yeah.
So when I start going into what I do, I've got this All My Tales card game. They just go abort.
I'm not but the request DMs, I just don't really answer them, to be honest, because I feel like if you've got a request me, you don't know me, unless I know you, then I might accept them, whatever. But like I don't really respond to DMs. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really.
I'm not gonna lie, I do respond. Yeah. And depending on how it goes, if it's not business or I don't feel like I can gain anything from you, then I won't carry on with it.
Yeah, of course.
Or if I feel like I've tried to handle the objection, and it's still going in a left direction, then I'll leave it. I just won't reply. Yeah. But I'm just someone who I don't think it's good to burn bridges with people. No. I'm always open to meeting new people, regardless. Yeah. And it just depends on how that person presents themselves to me. Yeah. Or if I say to you, I'm in a relationship, sorry. Yeah.
I click on the profile first to see what.
Oh yeah, I do that too. Yeah. So
sometimes I see people messaging me from Nigeria and all that. I'm like,
not even Nigerians. I get people messaging me from like Iraq or like real random Arab Turkey. And I'm just
random countries. I get.
They'll have like 500. They're following 500 people, but they've got 20 followers. I'm just like,
yeah.
But yet they've got like a good 40 pictures of themselves.
You know what? Stuff. You know what's funny? Yeah. You know when you get those like friend requests and you see the person's got like 20 something K followers, and you're like, why would you follow me? You got 20 something K followers, and then you see like they follow 10,000 as well, or they got in their profile help make money or some
oh my gosh. Listen, all I need to see to know is when I
Forex.
See Forex. But the thing is, Forex actually does work with some people. Yeah. But I feel like Forex is now becoming like the new, what's it called? NCN?
What's that?
No, that whole, it's NCN. The whole thing where they'll invite you to a meeting. Not tell you what the meeting's about. You go there and then they start telling you, do you want to make money? Are you tired of your job? Yeah. And they tell you about how you can build a team, or you
you got to invite this person, you'll be inviting.
And the monthly subscription will be cancelled if you get 2 people on board. Then you move. Then another random girl will just come and she'll be in her lubes. And they'll be back, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, she's been doing this for 2 months. And now she's a supervisor. Yeah. She's a team leader. I'm just like, what the hell?
Sound like SPAC Nation. That's how SPAC Nation does it. Like, that's
invite a couple and then you become a pastor, you get ordained. Yeah. Listen, that place is. That's not the topic for tonight.
No,
okay?
No,
it's not the topic.
We're not talking about SPAC Nation, but good luck to people at SPAC Nation. That's where you think your calling is.
But the thing is, maybe we've been crying out saying that we need to bring youth clubs back. Maybe it's a youth club. It is keeping our kids off the streets, but they just need to wise up and not
in a different way,
and not get trapped into it. Yeah. Exactly. But no, we're not talking about SPAC Nation.
No SPAC Nation conversation.
I'm not getting
it was start, talking about what I want to talk about tonight. Actually.
Okay. Yes.
I've actually got a question for you. So let me just read it for you. All right. With the new waves of women and feminism, or feminism being on the rise, and women's freedom when it comes to sex, is it right or wrong morally? Are women allowed to be as sexually free as men? Is it freedom and feminism, or is it an excuse to be promiscuous? Should I read it back again?
Yeah, read it one more time.
Or should I stop a bit or?
No, just read it.
All right. With the new wave of women and feminism and women's rights and freedom when it comes to sex, is it right or wrong morally? Are women allowed to be as sexually free as men? Is it freedom and feminism, or is it an excuse to just be promiscuous?
Right. So first of all, hot girl summer. No, but seriously,
girls.
On a serious note, I think that with this newfound feminism and sexual liberation and freedom, I think a lot of it is an excuse to be loose. It's an excuse to be promiscuous. I feel like yes, it's good that women are now able to be confident in their sexual desires, which I think is good, and to be able to feel comfortable to be vocal about it, yes. But based on what's happening in the media and with women taking it a step too far, publicly doing things and having multiple, I just think it's going a bit too far morally. And that's based on my morals, for example. I just feel like this whole hot girl summer thing, in terms of actually physically taking part in the sexual activities, that was too far. That's too far for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've got the younger generation coming up, younger girls, and how are we going to train them and teach them in the way to go? Because with this whole new hot sexual freedom, I feel like it's bringing down the caliber of women that are coming up.
Yeah.
Because the new generation, I don't feel like they have any understanding of what it means to own your body, what it means to cherish your body, and that sexual liberation and freedom that's now being so widely shared with everyone. I just think it's devaluing.
100%.
Like,
I 100%. Like, I couldn't put it any better. 100% agree with you. And also, what I wanted to ask you: do you think that the word feminism now is being used? I wouldn't say wrongfully, but now attaching it to women being like sexually free, do you think it's kind of made the word feminism or the movement of feminism not so serious anymore? That makes sense? Or about the wrong things?
I think feminism, when it comes, it should be separated, because feminism doesn't just equate to one particular topic. Feminism in terms of the sexual area, yes, I think it's been taken a bit too far, because it's adding all these negative connotations where women are now using it to say that because men have sex whenever they want and they're never judged because they have sex with multiple people, women now wants to be able to have sex with multiple people and still want to hold on to that same type of value.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that the amount of sexual partners you have degrades you. I don't believe that. But I believe the way you carry yourself in public, that's what people judge and devalue. So, for example, I could have slept with 50 guys. If I don't tell you that, you will never know. So the way I present myself is how you're going to receive me.
Exactly.
But if I say to you, listen, I fucked a nigga yesterday, listen, I fucked his best friend an hour later, and that's just my pattern of conversation, that's just my public persona, then some people can see that I'm devalued because of the way I'm so open about the things I do to the public, not even just to a close-knit circle, but in public. So I think that's separate. When it comes to feminism in terms of equality for work and for job and for pay, yes, I think it's good. But I also feel like, for example, in a workplace, I feel like some men find it difficult to even simply give women compliments. Because as soon as you say to a woman, like I've seen it happen in a workplace where a man's actually complimented a woman and said, "Oh, you look gorgeous," and she's then come to me to complain, to say, "How fucking dare he say that to me? He's fucking old. Like, how dare he? What do I look like?" I'm thinking, he told me I looked pretty yesterday as well. Like, I took that as a real compliment, but I feel like a lot of women don't know how to accept receive compliments, and sometimes it's taken in the wrong context. But I feel like feminism, for myself,
Yeah.
I never asked the suffragists to die for me. I never said I wanted equality because I don't want to work. I'm sorry.
But it gives you the right to like vote, you know.
Girl, I didn't tell nobody I
equal pay.
Listen,
like that.
If we didn't have equality in terms of having a woman now having to go to work, I could have been at home, being looked after. And yes, having my own business on the side. But
then we won't be able to have your own business because, you know.
No. I'm a selective feminist. Let's get that right. I'm not saying I want to be suppressed or to be owned by my man.
Yeah.
I just want my man or men to know their role. Mm-hmm. And because of feminism, that is such a big thing, men don't actually understand their roles or what it should be, or rather the requirements between men and women. The lines are so blurred. Because we're so equal.
Yeah.
And right now, women, I feel like a lot of us, we're so powerful, we're more educated, a lot of us are higher paid jobs than our men. So because of that, it has been a reversal.
Yeah.
In terms of now, who should now be the head of the house?
Yeah.
Who should now actually be in charge?
Yeah.
Because of that. So, I'm a selective feminist. I don't want to wake up to go work. I don't want to wake up 5 a.m. to go to work. So yes, no, I'll happily be a feminist, stay at home. But no, I want to have my own money, so I will happily run my own business.
Yeah.
But it just has to be a balance, and I don't think we've actually found a balance because I feel like a lot of women are now trying to be men. And a lot of men are also happy to take a different route and allow women to take control. Mm-hmm. Whereas you've got macho men who are not even willing to give it a bloody inch, mate.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I agree with you, even with the for example, where you were saying that, you know, it's made like women, like the roles reversed. I won't say necessarily the roles reversed, but I feel like now that women are so independent and they've got their own, they feel like they don't need a man.
Yes.
And I feel like saying that you don't need a man or a woman or whatever you love, I think is, you know, you're denying yourself a necessity of life. Because one of the necessities of life is companionship. You need that to grow as a person. You need that as, you know, it's one of the necessities of life. But some are arguing
to say no is no longer a necessity because
and that's now, the thing now. Everybody talks about wanting to be alone, loving yourself. Like, I'm all for that.
I wasn't even going down that avenue because you don't need a man. Now you can be a lesbian. So no.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying man. I said like anybody that you want to love, like a man, woman.
You said a man.
Yeah, true.
Is a necessity. So I'm saying
companionship.
But then you don't need a man then. Which means that there is no issue with gender, so you can treat a man, you can see a man as lower or whatever because you're not interested in men, you actually prefer women, so therefore you don't have to see them as an equal. So I think that's the reason, because for example being sexually free to explore same-sex relationships now, it's made it more difficult for men, because before, yes, there were necessities, there were requirements for companionship because it wasn't accepted to be in a same-sex relationship, but now that it is, men are now finding it more difficult because women don't actually need them.
I guess so.
They're no longer needed to be the head of the house because we make our own money. They're no longer needed for sexual pleasures. We've got dildos, we've got rabbits.
But I think you as well, you gotta be realistic with the times, because whereas it was for men can go out and work and whatever, it can economically wise, it's not really how should I put it? It's not realistic anymore to have one person running a home. Definitely. Especially when you have children in that situation, you have to have someone else to carry that load if you want a comfortable life, because the cost of living has gone up, very much more expensive. It was so cheap to buy a house a long time ago. Now if you want to buy a house, 2 people actually have to come in. Even going to the mortgage is much better when it's 2 of you
together. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the companionship side. I think that's the companionship side, but yeah, 2 people coming together does make a big difference. But like I said, you don't need a man to do it. Now, I think now the question is, how valuable are men to women? Because technically, you're not that valuable in many different areas. Yeah. You're valuable for a woman who wants a traditional life.
Yeah.
But a lot of new age feminists, they don't require it. Because why? People aren't even really getting married nowadays. Yeah. People, so therefore, you don't even need a commitment.
You think that's choice?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is by choice. Because before, when religion was the core of a lot of people's hearts and homes and growing up, for example, then marriage was a very big thing. But nowadays, religion is not at the core of a lot of people. So therefore, that belief in terms of marriage, cohabitation is now accepted. Yeah. Do you know what? So it's no longer a taboo. Yeah. Having children out of marriage is accepted. Yeah. It's no longer a taboo. Yeah. It's the norm. Yeah. So therefore, religion is no longer a big part of it. So no one's getting married. Yeah. The only people, I think one of the most motivation for a lot of people is because they want to say, I'm married and I've had a big day. True. So a lot of young people who are getting married, not all, a lot of them, they're getting divorced really quickly, or they're cheating on each other, and they're unhappy because the idea, that narrative was being forced upon by the older generation who wanted a wedding. It's almost like people who go to university. A lot of people go to uni because they want to get that certificate so their parents can be proud.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
And then a lot of them don't end up getting the jobs that they want. I mean, unless you do things like that requires a degree, like being a doctor, a lawyer, nurse, type of thing. Sometimes people some people I know are complaining, saying that they feel like their degree was a waste. Because sometimes you don't even need a degree to do certain things.
100%. For example, like my degree, I felt like my degree was a waste for me because I did theatre, film and television studies. Only now it's coming into play for me because I'm doing my own stuff outside. But beforehand, in the professional industry, now I'm not going to say what I am, but I work in a field where film and television is, no one cares about that. Do you know what I mean? And I kind of fell into my industry based on experience, but it's no longer required. So I didn't technically have to go to university, but that degree, having that degree on my CV,
of course,
helps to solidify me.
Yeah, not only that, and it helps with you getting a higher rate of pay.
Exactly, and confidence,
you're more
and
educated,
all of that stuff.
Of course.
But the joke is, I work with people who don't have a degree. And like one guy, he studied, God, it's too personal now. He studied something like biomedical science, for example, and he's intelligent, so smart, but we're all working with people who don't have degrees, and that's because they've actually had different jobs which build up their technical skills for that particular industry. So a degree wasn't even required because you get so much on the job training. It's like apprenticeships now.
Yeah.
You get trained.
I think an apprenticeship is really good.
I think in this day and age it is. Yeah. If you can get an apprenticeship and a degree, you're laughing. You don't even need a degree if you can do an apprenticeship and you streamline yourself into that particular industry. Yeah. But who's to say?
We went off track. We don't know.
We're meant to be talking about feminism, guys.
Yeah, we're meant to be talking about it being making a woman be promiscuous. Well, not it making women using it as a way to be promiscuous and sexually free.
What do you think?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, a man or woman shouldn't be sleeping around with different people. Shows that your respect for yourself, for your being as a person. I think having sex with loads of people is degrading behavior and self-destructive behavior. I would say. And
when you say self-destructing, are you linking more to like soul ties?
Not only soul ties. I mean, you have to. I don't think it's good, like morally. I don't think it's good to be having different partners because your body should be a temple, and you should respect yourself as a person. And if you respect yourself as a person, then you're not going to sleep around with just anybody. You're going to respect who comes into your personal space, who you will let inside of you as a man or a woman. And for me, even when I meet guys and stuff like that, I don't like to be with guys that I know that's like, yeah, the guy that's had ladies man. I don't like that type of person, because I don't like to know that, you know, you've just had yourself around a place like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's like, you know, hold yourself to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it is, what it comes down to me. Because I mean, it's nice to say you're a feminist and you're all for women empowerment, but you're degrading yourself at the same time. I mean, yeah, that's it for me. I mean, and when you were saying like with the amount of people and stuff like that, I think yes and no. I think first of all, you have to see the type of people you let into your life, in your space. So for me, I know there's probably girls who've slept with 20 guys, but there's 20 high profile, not only high profile as in money, but well respected men who respect themselves. And then there's girls who've just slept with like 5 of the hood niggas.
But don't you feel
the hood guys? And it's like, you know.
But don't you feel like you can? I think like Dre Michael said, your wholeness can be deleted. So, for example,
I believe your holiness can be deleted. I do believe that you can make the conscious decision to change at any point in your life, and I think rightfully so. Honestly, I think rightfully so. I don't have everybody has a past, and I wouldn't be there to judge anybody. But to use I'm being free, I'm a feminist as an excuse to carry on that type of behavior is different, because you gotta think about, okay, a lot of people who like has been through their whole phase, probably when they were younger, they didn't have much knowledge, they were probably going through a phase in life they didn't understand.
Yeah.
So they used that sex to cover up. So, and I'll never sit there and judge someone for that, because everyone is at different phases of their life. Everyone's at different phases of their life. I noticed that as well, but I thought that's how you done it.
That's by accident.
Yeah, everyone's at different phases of their life, and you know, and everyone used you know, different mechanisms to cope. So some people might drink, some people might isolate, some people might, you know, use sex or different partners and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, I think when it comes down to it, as you grow and you get older, you know, you sort of start to come into your own, understand who you are as a person, and you make better decisions and choices for yourself.
So guys, go and get your All My Tales cards. And until next time,
see you and have a good evening.
Because everyone has an opinion.
And everyone has a story.
All My Tales.
Take care, bye.